Hey, Ari here from the Thermaltake booth at CES. What they're really promoting today is their ToughRAM RGB. We've got these banners all over the place. They released ToughRAM last year at CES, and they are going all out this year. Two different directions. First, they're going up in speed, so they're going up to 4,400 megahertz with RGB. By the way, some of their competitors are having trouble hitting 4,400 megahertz with RGB enabled. So that is pretty impressive. They're using SK Hynix as their partner on the RAM chips themselves. And in addition to this ToughRAM RGB, which has an unusual edgy design, they're also releasing their new ToughRAM Z1 RGB. So this is more of a traditional design, a little softer edges that may appeal to some people who don't quite dig the Thermaltake design aesthetic on the ToughRAM. The pricing on this is going to be a little bit more actually. The Z1 is going to start at $100 for your 3200 megahertz 16 gigabyte kit, while a 16 gigabyte kit of 3200 megahertz RAM in this design is actually going to cost $90. And they do have both white and black. The white RAM is something that they've worked very hard on. The coloring is actually pretty hard to do because any imperfections would show. So they've worked very hard to get a very, very consistent white on these heat sinks. And I think it looks really, really cool. Now I'll just mention really quickly, they are releasing ToughRAM without RGB. Again, not everyone is into the RGB look. So this gets you that edgy design aesthetic from Thermaltake that they released last year, but without any of the RGB effects. That's going to cost a little bit less, of course, because it doesn't have the RGB included, but it still looks really good. It still gives you a style. Gives your RAM, makes it stand out in a different way than RGB does.